Coming up next on UTRGV-TV, a new mural in Brownsville gains attraction, but so is mural tagging. Plus, we have the reactions from Student Food Pantry officials after a student reportedly admits to stealing food from the C-store, and survivors are speaking out on how gun violence has impacted their lives. We have this and more. UTRGV-TV starts now. Welcome back to another UTRGV-TV edition. I'm Jose Guerrero. Today is Monday, February 10th, and at the top of this week's newscast, a new mural in Brownsville is gaining attraction, but so is mural tagging. Our reporter Betty Lou Infante tells us what can be done to prevent the vandalism.
Recently, a new mural honoring late retired NBA player Kobe Bryant gained attention on social media. But its location is near Palm Boulevard, the same area Brownsville City Mayor Trey Mendez states there has been mural tagging.
You see it like pretty much every rundown park. Yeah, it's crazy.
Mendez has made it aware through social media that within the month of January, he has seen an increase in the tagging of murals around the city. Along with the post was a photo of a mural entitled "Bloom Where You Are Planted," which has been tagged in spray paint. Some residents expressed their disappointment of the vandalism in the comments. Mayor Mendez assured in a Facebook comment that he discussed the issue with the Brownsville Police Department and they are going to be more vigilant. We got in contact with the mural artists for Bryant's mural, but were unable to obtain an interview with them. Whether they're taking any actions to prevent their mural being vandalized is unknown. We asked the Brownsville resident his thoughts on the situation.
What more can you really do? Because we see it glorified in movies. So there really isn't much we can do. It's not like we're going to get people to stand by every single mural. It's more of just like he did as much as he could do.
If you'd like to report a crime in Brownsville, you can call the Brownsville Crime Stoppers at 956-546-8477 or contact the Brownsville Police Department at 956-548-7000. Reporting for UTRGV-TV, I'm Betty Lou Infante.
Last week, we reported a female student was suspected of stealing food from the C-store at the Edinburgh Student Union.
At the time she was caught stealing, the student admitted to utilizing the school's food pantry. UTRGV police say when the student identified herself, she admitted to stealing in the past. The report did not mention how long the student had been receiving help from the food pantry. We spoke to the UTRGV Student Food Pantry coordinator to find out how much food is provided to students for a proper nutritional diet.
That, honestly, is sad. We do our very best to try and give out a right amount of food, for a whole week. We need to serve hundreds of students. At the Brownsville Food Pantry, we serve about 200 or about 180 to 200 students a week.
This department feeds thousands of students each year. The food pantry is working on defeating the stigma on food insecurity and is working to help prevent incidents like these from happening again. If you are a student and is interested in receiving or donating food, stop by the food pantry in either the Brownsville or Edinburgh locations on campus. Reporting in Edinburgh for UTRGV-TV, Elizabeth Mendoza.
Survivors are speaking out on how gun violence has impacted their lives on a panel. This panel was hosted by an organization dedicated to demanding solutions for gun violence. Rocio Villalobos reports.
And bring up the norm, make sure that we bring up the changes we need in our local level of government and also in the national level of government.
Since 2008, Moms Demand Action has been fighting for safety measures to protect people from gun violence. Over the weekend, the local chapter hosted a panel for the community in Weslaco. The discussion aiming to bring awareness to how gun violence affects each and every one of us. Moms Demand Action is not against gun ownership. Its Be Smart campaign focuses on education and awareness about child gun deaths and responsible gun storage.
But again, it's just about responsible gun ownership, speaking out if you see something that brings concern. Locking a gun. Many of us do own guns, but we want to make sure that, again, that it becomes the norm. We need to make sure that we're bringing it up in conversation.
Martha Flores Rangel's daughter was murdered over 6 years ago, and the killers are still on the loose. After this experience, she decided to help others going through the same.
I'm advocating not only for my daughter Jolisa, but other loved ones that their loved ones were murdered by homicide, and we make awareness, right, that they're not alone if they're out there. If their loved ones were murdered today, yesterday, or tomorrow.
Flores Rangel adds she's happy that organizations like Moms Demand Action are growing, as it's helping bring about change.
We all need to unite together, because within us, we unite as one for all, and we can make a difference down here.
The organizers are also calling on people to use their voting rights to help enact common sense gun laws. In Weslaco, for UTRGV-TV, Rocio Villalobos.
UT Health RGV is sponsoring UTRGV Athletics as its official healthcare provider. Lizette Chavez explains how the partnership has progressed.
That's right, Jose. After months of discussion, UT Health RGV and UTRGV Athletics signed the agreement 2 weeks ago to enter into this partnership. We spoke to the Dean of UTRGV School of Medicine, Dr. John Krause, who says that this agreement will allow UTRGV Athletics and UT Health RGV to promote each other's programs. Dr. Krause says all UTRGV student athletes fall under this program and are managed by the sports medicine doctors at all events. Athletes will have access to orthopedics and general medicine, to women's health, nutrition, and vision. Vice President and Director of Athletics Chase Kong says having access to these services on a consistent basis is beneficial.
They attend our games, they're there with our young people. They've got hours where they spend in our training room each week. And so as you look at the week, Mondays and Fridays are their time to be in our athletic training room, to be available to our student athletes and to our athletic trainers.
Dr. Krause says we'll see various clinical sites with flyers and sports materials to promote upcoming UTRGV sports events. He also says we will continue to see this co-branding develop over the next several months. In the studio for UTRGV-TV, I'm Lizette Chavez.
Here's this week's UTRGV-TV Noticias en Español with Kenia Correa.
Recientemente, la Fundación Carnegie reconoció el esfuerzo de la Universidad de UTRGV por su compromiso con la comunidad, siendo nombrada como la segunda clasificación más alta de instituciones de educación superior. Este reconocimiento se basó en un periodo de 5 años, en el cual 50 expertos docentes certificados que ofrecieron casi 150 secciones de cursos de aprendizaje a más de 4,000 estudiantes que participaron en becas, aprendizaje de servicio designado y aprendizaje participados en la comunidad. Los estudiantes y personal de la universidad se han mantenido activos en movimientos comunitarios, lo cual ha hecho posible este reconocimiento. El vicepresidente asistente de participación comunitaria, Cristian Corrales, nos habla sobre este reconocimiento.
Es un gran honor y distinción que reconoce el valor de la participación de la comunidad, pero esto no es un logro institucional, es un verdadero logro comunitario y regional, por lo que esto no podría haber sucedido sin el verdadero apoyo y esfuerzo de todos, por ejemplo del personal docente y los estudiantes.
Los jóvenes de la universidad dicen sentirse orgullosos por este gran nombramiento.
Es un orgullo ser parte de una universidad que ayuda mucho a la comunidad.
Esta es la primera vez que UTRGV se ha ganado esta clasificación abordando una amplia gama de desafíos comunitarios. Reportando para UTRGV Noticias en Español, Kenia Correa.
Now to this week's police reports. 2 Mexican nationals are behind bars after jumping the U.S. border fence in Brownsville. It happened last Monday. Authorities say the two were seen on border surveillance running into the brush area between Lot B1 and Levy Road. Border Patrol agents were notified and responded to the area, where the 2 individuals were later arrested. A verbal altercation between a staff member and a passenger on a Volt was reported to University PD last Wednesday. Authorities say the male passenger became upset after the Volt driver refused to drop him off at a specified location off the route. That's when the passenger began using vulgar language towards the driver. No word if the male passenger was a student. The incident is still under investigation. Now let's send it over to Victoria Cantu for this week's Sports Highlight.
Hey there, Vaqueros. We're going to be taking it back to Thursday night's game. UTRGV women's basketball falling short to Kansas City with a final score of 72-58. Leading with a team high, we have redshirt junior Amara Graham with 4 career-high 3-pointers. We also have redshirt sophomore Ashley Lopez with 2 rebounds, totaling in 12 points. Sunday Templeton, also a redshirt junior, giving Vaqueros 9 points with 6 rebounds. The team had a hard time with defense, and Coach Lane Lord says they are going to be focusing on plays for their next game. The women's basketball then came face-to-face with Chicago State with a score of 77-68 on Saturday. Junior Amara Graham led UTRGV with 25 career-high points, with 4 assists and 15 made free throws. Ashley Lopez once again adding 12 points, and Jordan Augustus giving Vaqueros 11 points with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Now moving on to men's basketball, senior Leslie Varner II became 26th player in program history to score 1,000 points in his career. The Vaqueros completed the season crushing the Kansas City Roos with a 73-60 victory on Thursday. Varner scored 23 points, increasing his career total. Jordan Jackson made double figures for Vaqueros, scoring 16 points. And we also have junior Chris Freeman also giving Vaqueros 9 points. On Saturday, the men's basketball played at the Jones Convocation Center against Chicago State University and made their 3rd consecutive win with a score of 75-74. Leslie Varner II scored 18 straight points with a 20-2 run. Jordan Jackson scored 14 points with 4 rebounds. We also have Javon Levi giving Vaqueros 10 points with 8 assists and 2 steals. And we also have Quentin Johnson also coming in with 10 points. The UTRGV men's basketball will be playing Thursday night at the UTRGV Fieldhouse against Utah Valley. And on Saturday, they'll be hosting Seattle University for homecoming night. That was your UTRGV sports highlight for this week. I'm sports reporter Victoria Cantu.
Thanks, Victoria. That's all we have for you today. But remember, if you have a story you would like for us to know about or know someone who's making an impact on campus or in the community, you can contact us through our social media or email us at tv@utrgv.edu. We have community and UTRGV news every week. See you next time.